Hi everyone, welcome to Niger Diaries. This is live session with Kunyi Oluwakemi Mercy. Today in live session, we'll be talking about bluntness. Over time, we've seen people say that I'm just me, I am blunt, I am this, I am that. Sometimes it's always very good. It makes you feel so good about yourself, but then it could actually be harmful to other people. What does it mean to be blunt? Like you're blunt. That means you're brutally blunt. When they say you're brutally blunt, it means that you just say things the way they are without trying to be polite, without considering what other people feel about that very thing you're about to tell them or what you're telling them. Okay, I'm a blunt boss, I'm this, I'm that. When you want to criticize, you just say things, bah! You try to dehumanize that person. You don't regard them. In fact, you shift your attention from what is actually happening, what you actually want to complain about, to that person themselves. Instead of acting on that, probably where they make mistakes, you talk them down, you do a whole lot of things. It's what I've experienced from people I've worked with. So I know the effect of this thing, the psychological effect on people. So when you say you're blunt, you shouldn't glorify yourself. Yeah, you shouldn't feel so good about it. They can say that person is very blunt. They are not helping you. So now, how do we now migrate from being brutally blunt to being fully truthful? I used to tell people that there's actually a very thin line between being blunt and being truthful. Some blunt people are actually very truthful. They are very truthful. But then, when you're brutally blunt, there's a way you say things, but it's going to be quite different from how someone who is actually truthful. When you're truthful, you consider other people's feelings, I mean. But then, when you're blunt, you don't try to. In fact, you don't want to know how they feel. You just say it. So now, how do you migrate from being brutally blunt to being fully truthful? Number one is you developing a sense of timing. You see, sometimes you might be saying some things that are actually true, or you might be saying the reality, but bad timing. People will say that saying the right thing at the wrong time and saying the wrong thing at the right time, something like that. You have to develop a sense of timing. Now, you have to weigh the options. Okay, I want to say this, I want to criticize this work, I want to do this. Is it the right time? You want to talk to your husband about something, probably maybe shifting his attention, or just try to sit yourself down and reason. Okay, is this the right time to talk to him about this? It's just like you wanting to tell somebody about probably a sad event. You don't start saying, that is something, no. And that person is actually eating. Chauffeur can't choke Loriatan. In fact, you might eventually have two losses at the same time. So you have to develop a sense of time. It's going to help you a whole lot. Number two, you have to be mindful of your tone. Yorubas will say, I'm a Yoruba girl. So Yorubas will say that pelelako otun labo. Yes. So you have to be mindful of your tone, because that is when we're going to know if you are actually being sensibly truthful. You can actually be truthful and still not acting very sensible about it. So you have to be mindful of your tone, even when you are telling us the truth, or even when you're trying to let us know what is actually happening or what has happened. So in relaying the experience or the events to us, please, you have to be mindful of your tone. Another thing that most people get to overlook is the ability to listen. You see, before you can actually be constructive, you have to be a very good listener. Because most times when you say you're blunt, you're this, you can't even settle scores between two people. Someone will just come to you and tell you, oh, this is, and immediately you start doing your own thing too, start ranting, start apportioning blame and all of that. So you have to be a very good listener before you can actually be constructive, and before you can actually settle scores between people. So in migrating from being brutally blunt to being fully truthful, you have to be constructive, and you have to be a very, very, very good listener. The other thing is that you have to find a common ground You see, in finding a common ground, it means that you actually respect this person, you respect this person. Because I am of the opinion that when you respect people, the way you're going to put things to them will be quite different from somebody you do not respect. Why not share that respect between people? Why not just respect everybody, irrespective of their status, of their wealth, of their age, of their carcass, of their, just when you respect people, you would not even be blunt. You just be truthful. You see, most times we have friends that they are very blunt. They will say things the way we know that right within us there are some things we can't tell them. Yes, there are some things because we know that they might actually come off as being very, very harsh on us. So when we talk about you finding a common ground, it means you have to think agreement. Okay, this is it, let me just come in like this. So you would actually guide yourself, you actually comport yourself when it comes to dishing out words to people, when it comes to sorting things, when it comes to acting like a boss, when it comes to acting like a father, when it comes to acting like a wife, when it comes to acting like anything you are. So this point is going to actually help us, going to guide us, more like a lifeguard to us. So I hope this is actually helpful. There's one thing, which is you can actually be outspoken without being rude. Because we know that when you say that somebody is blunt, everybody feels like, oh no, this person is outspoken, this person is bold, this person, no. You see, you can actually be very, very outspoken, still people won't see you as a rude person. So please, you can be blunt, your choice. You can be truthful, your choice. But then never come out rude to people. We have come to the end of today's episode and live session. Please, when you come across this video, don't forget to watch, like, subscribe, share, and please comment. Niger Diaries loves you so very much. Thank you.
You can kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, Niger Diaries.